Okay, welcome everybody. So I will only be here for a few moments. This is not like a long live like we normally do. Um, the reason that I decided to do this is this. In the last I guess 24 36 hours, this whole Kohberger thing has twisted off. Like, people are freaking out about the footage from Linda Lane, I think it is. I don't know. I don't know what all the drama is. I try so hard to avoid drama. I really do, and it I don't know. I get weary of the whole YouTube. It's too many personalities, I think, and people have their own ideas about what role they want to play on YouTube, I suppose. But let me just tell you where I'm at, okay? So you see me being, I'm sleepy because I'm up all night looking at Linda Lane footage. Um, I've got a video together for Camtasia that I was going to release, and it's controversial. Okay, I knew it was controversial when I originally found the person getting into the car. I would agree with is it War Eagle, I believe. I think now, War Eagle, I think you're right, after really kind of having the time to devote, there is someone already in the back seat. I'm still on the fence about the passenger side. Perhaps it is, but I don't know if what I'm seeing is just a leaf that's moving, as we're looking through like a little bush. Um, but nevertheless, I definitely think there's somebody in the back seat, and I think the person in the front's got a black mask on. Um, and then I think there's a reason why we can't see the person getting into the vehicle, why we can't see their face. And I found what I think is the reason, but the things have really twisted off. Things have really twisted off with sleuthy goosey. Um, some of the people in her community, there's apparently this big controversy about how this footage got released and whether or not it's been given to the prosecution. But none of that is related to me at all. I I saw a video that someone did. I then went and searched out the most original upload that I could find based on time. And then that's where I got it. And that's what I've been working with. And I'm not focusing on, and I won't focus on. I made that decision last night because it was too disturbing. I took this part out of my video, and that is there are some screams and there are some sounds of people begging, saying, no, no, please, no. I'm not doing all that because I don't, that completely goes against the tone of my channel. So my question to you guys is this: do we want to continue down this path? Because it has now turned into a drama cauldron. Do you want to do that? Do you want me to continue this? Like I said, I'm only focusing on the visual. I am not under any circumstances doing the other auditory stuff. I have zero interest in. Not gonna cover that. It's inappropriate. Not gonna do it. But I continue to believe the timeline established by this video, by this security surveillance, the timeline established is very important. And I don't know how anyone could ignore the fact that we've got people sitting in a black Jeep for at least an hour and a half, at least minimum. They're sitting there. They haven't gotten out the whole time. And then when things finally, according to the timeline, things are finished now, then you've got somebody running and jumping into the car, into the Jeep. And it does appear that they are using lighting to hide their countenance from the camera or any particular camera that might be around. And I found I know how they did it. So do we want to keep going down this path? Because it could, we've worked really hard to avoid drama and whatnot in this channel. And now this is twisting off. And I have been doing this thing on YouTube for long enough to know that the trolls go where all the emotion is. And people are now very angry and fighting. And WSU Kim has been revealed to be a fraud and a phony and a fake. And so all of the stuff that she's put out is you see, this is the problem, judge. This is the problem, prosecutor. When you don't allow someone to be the keeper of the official information, then you leave this vacuum where it's the Wild West. And whether people are trying to get, money from this vacuum, or they're putting out outrageous stories like one channel we all know very well. There's no one there to come back and correct the information for those people that legitimately want to be dealing in good, accurate, solid information. The greatest majority of people in the true crime community, the people, the creators and whatnot, after being in this community for 4 years, I can say the greatest majority of these creators want to be dealing with reality. They want to be dealing with good, solid information. They don't want to be exploiting the deaths of people, children, or for young adults. They don't want to exploit that for only money and throw morals and ethics to the wind. That is not the majority of these creators. But the ones that are only doing this for money or for narcissistic supply, those people are really, they can create a terrible mess. And that's what this has turned into. So it is the reason that I avoided the Summer Wells case. And many people left the channel because they wanted to talk about it. They wanted to discuss it. And it just got too Jerry Springery is the best way to describe it. There was no dignity. There was no rules. Nobody was operating with, limits on what's appropriate, with the acknowledgement that there's, people hurting. If for nothing else, just the brothers of Summer, right? Because they're going to be adults one day. They're going to have access to all the crap that's been put on, YouTube and the internet. But nevertheless, for this case, it's now going to get weird. I see it. I've seen some statements that have been put out by certain people, some panels where big fights, arguments erupted, and now it's fixing to get crazy, and all the finger pointing is going to start, and people are going to start getting weird. I would like to continue to cover it. I'll just put it out here. I would like to continue to cover it only related to the Jeep, the person getting into the Jeep, and the influence of the timeline. That is my interest. Nothing else. I'm not going to do all the other stuff. I'm not going to cover what happens between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. or 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. I don't care about that. I mean, I care, but that's very personal and private, and I've got dignity and limits on what I'm willing to do. But I do think that this timeline that has been established by the police, prosecutors, it's important. It's important. And we cannot ignore this person jumping in the back of this Jeep with someone who's been sitting there for more than an hour waiting on them. We can't ignore that. We can't ignore that. And there are people in this case on the peripheral that drive Jeeps, black Jeeps. So that's where I stand. My vote is I want to keep covering it. I want to restrict it only to timeline and the person getting into the Jeep. But I also, because it affects y'all, I said, well, maybe people don't want to deal with the drama because it's coming. It's coming. After what I watched last night, it's coming. So what do you guys think? Love Tina says, nope. What are we saying nope to? Hey, wait, what? Hey, Pam Frenchman, Kathy, I was just thinking about you, hoping you're doing well. I hope you are well, Kathy. Hope you're feeling better on the mend. I agree. There's two people. One did jump in the back seat. You are right. Thank you, Jennifer. Bebop, you will have to watch your video from yesterday. Hey, Bebop. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy. We found something really crazy. Really crazy. So, and I have another video to put up, but I wanted to make sure, because it's the Wild West. Oh, I look like a booger bear. It's the Wild West. This community is a unicorn. We have the amazing ability to separate the drama away from the topic. Thank you, Callie. Yes. So what do you think? Do we continue? Hey, Deborah Sullivan, welcome. The light blares everything. They're intentionally, and I found how they did it. That's gonna be in my next video. But well, I mean, I've already put it in the video, but I haven't released the video yet. So what do you think? Do we keep on? Yeah, there's somebody sitting in the back seat, Love Tina. D says continue. Oh, thank you, Callie. Callie said I would watch your channel even if we were talking about grass growing. You're too sweet. Thank you. Not there yet. The case is puzzling. I would like to continue to. Something is not right with this case. Agreed. All right. So it does look like, okay, so everybody says keep on going. AP says keep on going. Thank you, Deborah Sullivan. One more session in 2 weeks. Last one. I'm so glad, Kathy. You've been a true warrior. So good for you. Very strong. Okay, good. All right. So everybody says let's continue. I'm good. That works for me. Again, I want to be very specific to say I'm not covering like between 1 and 2 a.m. and even 2 and 3 a.m. I did go back and review this because I'm looking in that Jeep. That I'm not doing what everybody else is talking about. Looking in the Jeep, I don't see anything from like 1 to 3:30, but starting at about 3:30, you begin to see movement. The next step is for me to try to listen and see if I can hear the door of the Jeep open, but I don't know why we wouldn't have had the light come on. So there's also some funny business with lights, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. So we will keep going then if that is what you guys want to do. Hey, Martin Smallwood, welcome. Good to see you. Hey, Carol Jaggy, am I saying that right? Hi, Scott. I say go for it regardless. It was odd, and you should follow your instincts. I think without a doubt, the timeline, the person getting into that Jeep and the Jeep itself, we have to. This is really important. And I think it's horrendous. I think it is obscene and a nightmare that they're using this video in a way that could be very painful for loved ones and family members. So I wish people would resist that instinct. You know what I mean? But just the timeline, just the Jeep, that's where we're going to restrict our coverage. Okay. All right. So I wanted to get with you guys and make sure before I went any further, because I didn't want to have people mad at me and, you're a horrible person. This is how it's going to go. You're a horrible person for playing that video. You're a bad person. No, I'm not a bad person, and I'm not being sensationalist. These are really important pieces of information in that footage. And it was such a small, teeny tiny little place that being able to blow it up and enhance it so you could actually see the movement, it's got to get out there. It's got to get out there. It's very important. It's very important. All right. Okay, people, I got to go. I do have guests here. It's, fishing day, which is why I look so rough. So it is fishing day. And so I do have to go and get back to, my family and whatnot. But you will see me. I've lost track of my day. I don't know if I'll probably be able to do it tonight, but I won't be here where you see me. It's just going to be audio. You won't. That's okay though, because all you really want to see is the video anyway, right? So I'll do the extra part on the video tonight, and then we will move forward with the whole timeline problem. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Kind of spread the word. One of the reasons I wanted to say this is if we are covering this and trolls start coming in and attacking and telling us how horrible we are to exploit this film, please correct them that we're only focusing on the timeline and the little last end of the video. Okay. All right. Y'all try to stay cool. It is horribly hot out there. And I will talk to you tonight.